The Maine Democratic State Committee voting 65-14 last night to move forward with plans for a roughly 600-person nominating convention to choose a replacement for Platner.
And according to the plan, anyone seeking to be considered as a replacement candidate would be required to file a declaration of candidacy with the party and submit 200 signatures.
Secretary of State Shenna Bellows, speaking with CNN, says she wants as many Mainers to have a say in finding a replacement.
The law is silent on how the parties choose their candidates. I know the Maine Democratic Party has pledged to be as open and transparent as possible. I think it's really important that as many Democratic voters have a voice in this process when Graham Platner withdraws. I think that's really important, that focus on participation and inclusion.
And again, Platner has until 5 p.m. Monday to officially withdraw from the race.
The Maine Democratic Party must choose a new nominee by July 27th.